you're gonna get really drunk and be really nice randomly for no reason. So every time she comes home and you've had 8 Coors Lights, she doesn't know what to expect. And then the next time you're beating the shit out of her, she's gonna think back to the times you were nice sometimes, and that will keep her tethered to you, and she won't be able to walk away because she'll have false hope that someday you'll change and you won't beat the shit out of her, which you will of course continue to do, sprinkled in with random acts of kindness so that she never actually leaves you. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode number 437. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I am joined once again by Tanner.
Hello.
Hello. Greetings. And today we have an episode for you. We have an episode for you. Now, I recall, and you may recall, tossing around the idea for today's episode being covering a blog post about Season 4 Reloaded. Mm-hmm. That's not happening because we did not get a blog post for Season 4 Reloaded. Got it. And then maybe also, folding in some World Series of Warzone kind of discussion. And that is not going to happen either because there actually isn't as much to really say about it right now anyway, as I thought there maybe could be. There have been some developments in that arena, in so far as I think every region except Latin American has either qualified or not, basically, for World Series of Warzone. I guess with the exception of last chance qualifiers. I don't know when that happens. I want to say a week or two. I want to say 2 weeks.
I think it's further. I thought last chance wasn't until like the end of July. I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But in any case, besides that, nothing else to really discuss there, frankly. So we won't be doing that either. So what we're going to do instead is catch up on some Q&A questions. So if you're a relatively new listener, I will warn you now. These are questions anyone can join our Discord and ask, and they can be about anything. So some of them will be Call of Duty related. Many of them will not be Call of Duty related. So if you are only into the Call of Duty kind of vein, then you've been warned. But these are a lot of fun nonetheless. And that is what we're going to be doing today. Now, next week, we will not have this issue really insofar as like not having really much to discuss in Call of Duty. But frankly, not much has been going on in the past 2 weeks. So we're going to do some Q&A today. Next week, obviously, we're getting Season 4 Reloaded, and then there's going to be a buttload of content for us to cover there, which is what we will be doing. So rest assured, we will be right back on track soon. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoy this episode. Now, as far as announcements go, still have free trials for the rest of the month. For our Patreon, ad-free episodes, early access episodes, bonus episodes. Our most recent bonus ep was on Zombies, BO6. Got some positive feedback on that vein, so if you wanted to catch up on everything we kind of know there, then you can go listen to that now, if you're a patron at any tier. And next week, we will be doing another bonus episode post Season 4 Reloaded. So, a lot of good, fun stuff coming down the pike. And until then, let's get into some Q&A, man. What do you say?
Yeah, we certainly could.
We certainly absolutely could. So, starting with a question from Lemon Frames. in January, on January 2nd. So 6 months behind. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll be skipping a lot of questions. And by the way, if you're here watching live,
millions.
You can skip the line with a $5 or more, preferably more, super chat. Ask a question and you'll be the next one we answer. Don't forget that. Do not forget that. Or donation too. You could do that too. So if you want to skip the line, have a question answered right now, pay for it. And we will answer it. So anyway, let's see here. Lemon Frames asks, if you were to travel to one country in each of the 6/7 continents, thanks. Is there a continent a country in Antarctica? Is that a country?
I don't think so, no. Is it both? What is it?
That's a good
question.
Yeah, like Australia's both, but people live there. But like, does Antarctica have like a representative in the UN, for example? I don't think so, man. I think it's just countryless. So who governs it? What if I like murdered Tanner up there?
You could probably get away with it. Yeah.
The Antarctic Treaty regulate international relations with respect to Antarctica. Earth's only continent without a native human population. Okay.
Someone should just simply live there.
The depositary is the federal government of the United States, but I don't know what depositary means. Let's do a little Google.
Oh, so we own it. We control it, of course. W America, as you
yeah.
should, man.
A person to whom something is lodged in trust. So I guess we're like in charge of it, but it's not technically America.
We're trusted with Antarctica. Yeah,
that makes sense.
They wouldn't trust the Canadians or the Brits with it. That's for sure.
You should trust the United States with everything, obviously. So, anyways, so if we were to travel to one country, by the way, why couldn't he have just said if you were to travel to one country? Oh, in each of the continents, which would they be? Okay,
that's a lot.
Oh, I actually like that question though.
Yeah. Here,
I like that question a lot.
Let's get a list going or something. Let's look at the same list.
Yeah. Okay. Continents.
What is? Here we go. I got one. Do you want to post it in chat or in internal?
Post it in chat. For those of you who don't know what the continents are, we will post them.
That's a list with all of the countries.
Oh, and the continents. That's cool. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the countries. All right. Well, okay. What do you say we start at the bottom there? Why don't we start at Australia, Oceania, huh, buddy?
Yeah, we'll start with the smallest ones and we'll go big. Yeah.
You got a lot of good ones down there. Fiji immediately slaps me right across the face.
Really?
Australia, of course, but it's, whatever. It's Australia. New Zealand, too. I've heard great things about New Zealand. I heard it's gorgeous there. French Polynesia. Ooh, Samoa. Dude, a lot of those are probably so pretty.
A lot of these are probably very pretty, but that includes Australia. I think Australia has pretty areas. This one's pretty
Cook
easy
Islands, too.
for me. You know what's surprising? Papua New Guinea has a larger population than New Zealand. I would not have guessed that. Isn't that surprising to you?
What has a larger population?
Papua New Guinea has more people than New Zealand. Double.
That is surprising.
Isn't that shocking? I would have never, ever guessed that.
Don't know anything about Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guinea. I have no idea. Don't know anything about it. That's cool. I'm going Cook Islands. You ever seen the Cook Islands?
Really? No.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it.
Do a C. Google it. Do a Cook Island Google right now, buddy. That's where I'm going. The Cook Islands, yep.
You wouldn't want to go to like Australia instead?
No, it's another country. I don't care. No.
Interesting. Let's see here. Oh, wow. That does look pretty. Mm-hmm. That's some nice water.
It's between Cook Islands and Fiji, but I'm thinking the Cook Islands,
Is this like that much different than going to Hawaii, though? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's entirely different because the culture and everything, yeah. Everything's different. Even the water's a lot different, yeah.
The water
Hawaii
doesn't
does
look
not have
that
water
much
like
different.
that at all. It is. Hawaii does not have clear ass water like that.
Parts of Hawaii
Anywhere.
do. I've been to
Not
Hawaii
really.
with clear water.
Not like this.
Probably not like
Not
this,
like
though.
this
Yeah,
water.
this is extremely
like this.
giga clear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii has like pretty like light green waters. This is like, well, I guess like pretty light blues. This is like you simply just see the bottom, even though it's 30 feet deep, like it's a foot deep. It's unreal. Yeah, this is, yeah, I would say this place. Shout out to the Cook Islands, man. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Bro's picking Australia, huh? That's interesting to me.
Yeah, that's the only, on the whole continent, it's Australia / Oceania.
Oceania.
And that's what I said. Australia or New Zealand would be like the only two. Everywhere else is a little too remote for me. Although there's probably some really dope like resort areas in like Fiji and Cook Islands and stuff. So maybe that would be cool. But
yeah, see, I'm picking Cook Islands because there are less people. Oh, but I guess the density is actually more. Oh yeah, it's super small, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so going Cook Islands.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Australia. That would be sufficiently like different, you know.
Well, let's move on. South America, huh?
South America. Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking Peru. I've heard good things about Peru.
This is hard too.
Is it? Because we can just immediately throw away about 12 of them.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know much about South American countries.
I don't either.
To be honest with you. Like,
so I'm going to go with Peru.
Like, what is the difference between like Uruguay and Paraguay?
Peru's got Machu Picchu, man.
Peru has Machu Picchu. Brazil has
Bolivia has lots of drugs.
Brazil has warfare. Jesus. Right?
Brazil does it. Yeah, Brazil, it's
that massive Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know about Brazil.
I wouldn't go to Brazil either.
I'm doing Peru.
Peru would be good.
I've already been to Bolivia in Ghost Recon Wildlands, so I don't need to go there again.
Okay. Yeah, well, dude, going to Rio would be cool, though.
Yeah, there are like 200 million people in that town, though, that city.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's
disgusting.
The thing about you and me, though, is that we like very different vacation destinations. I like the real touristy, populated stuff to do areas, and you like all the nature. Yeah. So, anyway. All right, moving on from there, North America. I already live in the best place, the country, United States of America. So,
okay.
The USA is where
there
I'd
are
go,
so many good ones on here, though. Yeah.
That's where I'd
certainly
go.
Not
Plus,
Mexico,
I'm already here.
Certainly not Canada. Certainly not Guatemala. Certainly not Haiti. I'll tell you that
There are still so many places in the United States, even though I've lived here my whole life, that would be genuinely cool vacation destinations I've never gone to. Because it's so big,
You're
vast.
gonna visit the United States, yeah.
Dude, tell me that you've been everywhere you would want to go in the United States.
No, of course not. No.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many still cool areas you could go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick though, honestly, yeah.
I'm going St. Lucia. St. Lucia or the U.S. Virgin Islands or the Cayman Islands, or they're all the same, yeah. St. Lucia, though, I've looked at all those because I've almost took a trip there, so I've looked into all of those. St. Lucia is mine.
Interesting.
It's like the Cook Islands. It's another little island with super clear water. It's really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one would you not go to? Would you ever go to Haiti, man?
Oh, no. Dude, Haiti, didn't rebels take over the airport?
Did they?
I don't know how long ago, but you can't even leave Haiti or go there. One of the two.
Oh,
or
dang!
that
I was thinking about
a year ago.
Too bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. I would not go to Haiti. No, I would not go to El Salvador. I would not go to the Dominican Republic. Probably, I'd have to research more. But a lot of these places are probably extremely dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would miss on them. But you know what? It would be an interesting choice, because this is now possible, would be Cuba.
Cuba would be a good one. I'd be
Wouldn't
open
that
for
be
Cuba.
interesting?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially since, like, yeah, it was illegal for so long. That would be pretty cool. I don't think I'd do it, ultimately, but I think it's a good idea. And let's not sleep on Mexico. We've been there before, but we could go again. And it's a
I'm
big
sleeping
country.
on Mexico.
There's
There
a lot
are,
going
let's see,
on.
how many we got here? We have 41 options. Mexico would be in probably my bottom 5. No, there are some bad ones here.
There are
Mexico's
worse
in my
ones than
bottom
that, yeah.
15, bottom half. Yeah. These are actually, a lot of these are just terrible. Isn't it interesting how you got something like Cuba on here, and then you got Greenland? You know?
That is
all
weird
in North
that Greenland
America.
is
It's
classified
wild
that
to
way.
think about.
Yeah, that's a great
Dominican
point.
Republic. I've heard mixed things about the DR. My sister and Chris went there. I thought they did not like it. No, maybe they did like it. I don't remember. Anyways, they probably stayed in a resort the whole time anyways. That's the issue. If you go to places like that too, I'm not leaving the resort if I'm going to the Dominican Republic, you know? I'm just not.
Yeah,
I'm
most of
hiring
these.
armed security.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Puerto Rico would be cool too. 'Cause
Puerto
that's
Rico
like a
would be up
US
there for sure.
territory, so you'd get like you'd get like that cool climate, but you'd also still be like safe. You know? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So like enjoy that. If their electrical
Costa Rica
grids
would
up
be a
yet,
good one too.
Costa Rica would be cool too. Yeah, I could go with
Costa
that.
Rica's got that nice mix. It's got the beaches, you got like volcano, you got rainforest, you got a lot there. You got the big cities
Yeah.
if you're into that.
And now we have arguably the most difficult one, I think,
You
which
think?
is of course Europe. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's rough, man.
Now,
there
to
are a
be
lot of
clear,
options.
There are a lot we can immediately cross off the list, right?
Millions,
Number one
yeah.
of which is, of course, the United Kingdom.
That's
nope,
gone.
Won't be going
No.
there, actually.
Yeah.
Won't do that. Don't wanna do that at all. Nothing to see there. But what else could we cross off the list, actually? There's a lot, honestly.
Albania.
I don't want to go to
I don't
Russia.
think I'd go. I
don't
yeah, I
wanna
wouldn't
go
want to
to
go to
Poland.
Albania, Russia.
I don't want to go to Romania. I certainly don't want to go to Ukraine. Czechia, pass. Austria might be kind of cool, but I'm good. Serbia, Bulgaria,
Belarus.
yeah. A lot of places I don't want to go.
So I think we start by making a top 5. I think that's where we go from here.
Top 5. Okay.
So I'm starting from the bottom. There's nothing real interesting at the bottom. Malta. I've seen Malta. That looks very pretty.
Malta does
I'm not
look
sure I'd
very
put that
pretty.
in my top 5 though.
Yeah. So because I'm Irish, Ireland is in my top 5 just because I have that lineage. If I were not Irish, let me be clear, I would have no desire to go there at all. It's not a very
I'm also
interesting
Irish
place
and
to
I
go.
don't care at all.
Yeah,
I'm not going
right.
there.
But for only that reason, it would be in my top 5 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we thinking here? I'm thinking top 5's got to be
Greece
Greece.
would be in my top 5 for sure.
Greece has got to be in there.
Yeah.
Switzerland's going in mine.
Switzerland would be
Gorgeous.
really cool. Yeah, actually. Mm-hmm.
So Greece, Switzerland,
Spain
I'm going.
and Italy.
Spain would be on there.
And France. That's probably my top 5, actually.
See, France, I don't think I care about France. French people are miserable, so I think that's a no for me.
Yeah.
I've been to Italy, so I don't want to put that on there. Portugal, I've heard great things about too. Netherlands, I do want to go to the Netherlands, actually. So Netherlands would probably be up there for
Really?
me, and then where else are we going?
What would you do in the Netherlands?
Look at stuff. It looks really pretty.
You
Finland would be an
window
interesting
shop some
choice.
prostitutes?
Yeah, do a little window shop.
Yeah.
A lot of these smaller ones too that you don't know about look really pretty too, like
Liechtenstein.
Montenegro. I think Montenegro is the one that's like right next to Croatia, and that one's supposed to be really pretty. I've seen
I think
that.
Gibraltar
that's the
is
one.
very pretty too, actually.
Yeah. Oh man.
Monaco.
Yeah, I think I'm going Portugal is my number 5. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, my number 1, man, I don't know. I think is Greece, actually.
Greece has a great mix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's got crazy history.
Mm-hmm.
It's got crazy like climate / region, like pretty beauty. And it's like, even though it's like far away, still like pretty Western in terms of culture. You know, it is the foundation of I mean, democracy formed there, so that kind of makes sense. But
yeah, that'd be
a lot, out of it.
Yeah, because I mean, you do like 5 to 7 days, like looking at historical sites. Then you go to like these unreal, insane islands with crazy views.
Yep,
it's a nice little cute mix.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then what are we on? Africa. Okay.
Africa. I'm terrified.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not liking any of these, man.
This is super obvious for me.
What are you gonna say? I'm thinking you're gonna say Egypt.
It's of course Egypt, yeah. It's of course Egypt. Just to see.
Wait, Morocco. Hold on. Isn't Morocco pretty?
I'm sure a lot of these
and not
countries
super
are super
dangerous.
Pretty. I don't know about that, but
because Morocco's like just south of Spain, so you're like almost in Europe at that point. Yeah, I'm doing Morocco, man.
You know what would be cool too is Nigeria, though. That's actually a nice country.
Is it?
At least like Nairobi and stuff, which I believe is their capital.
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, it's like pretty wealthy and like nice in parts of Nigeria anyway. I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of these places I just do not want to go. Yeah, Somalia, I do not want to go to. Ghana, no.
You don't want to
Sudan,
go to the
no.
Democratic Republic of the Congo, buddy?
I sure don't, no. I'd rather not watch
Burkina
10-year-old
Faso.
girls get clitorectomies. That would not be super great. Yeah, there's a lot of Rwanda. That would be not super fun either. Sierra Leone, yeah, dude, yeah, there's some.
It's not a great list.
Some places you want to avoid here.
Djibouti.
Central African Republic. I've never heard of that. That's a country?
I haven't heard of probably 30 of these, I'll be honest.
I didn't know.
Lesotho, Gabon, Reunion, Comoros, Cabo Verde. I haven't heard of a single one of those.
Yeah, there are a lot that are new here, actually. You're right. Seychelles.
What, was adding countries? Who's allowing that, man?
You get a
new country update every year or what?
It's a huge continent, man. It's a big continent, so
it's big.
Yeah, but I'm going Egypt, though.
Yeah. Egypt's a good choice. Egypt's a safe choice.
Yeah, Egypt's a safe choice. South Africa is also, like, would be sort of interesting, but I
South
see enough white
Africa's
people.
Gotten crazy from what I've heard.
And that's true, actually.
Isn't South Africa
also,
turning?
You're right.
I think they're starting to become... Wasn't there like a... Didn't they try to like overthrow the government or something there? Or like wasn't like the government saying to like kill white people or something?
But I think there is an actual race revolt in South Africa occurring right now. Yeah, it's
because that was my first thought. Because like 10 years ago, you hear like, oh, if you're going to Africa, like South Africa is like really nice, and then now you hear the exact opposite. Do not go to South Africa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm going with Egypt.
All right, let's move on. Asia.
Well, what did you pick for Africa?
What did I pick? Morocco. I picked Morocco.
Oh, Morocco. That's right.
Which is basically just Europe. Yeah.
And then the largest continent, Asia, which is a big continent.
I'm not going to name names, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to those top 2 on that list there, buddy.
I might go to those.
We have a good list here.
This is a great website for this question.
There
are a lot of countries here, by the way, that are worse and more dangerous than African countries. Just to point that out. We've got standouts like North Korea.
Hey, my family lives there.
We have Azerbaijan. We have Syria, which I don't know how dangerous that would be, but like Yemen, that would be real dangerous. Iraq, Afghanistan.
We have Free Palestine on here.
A lot of scary places you do not want to be. But you've got some bangers too. India would be actually interesting to go to. I wouldn't want to go there, but it would be cool.
No. That's a
China would also be cool.
Country.
But
China could be interesting certain areas, but
they're just so, both of those places are just so big. There's like so many places you could go.
Yeah. So the first one that comes to mind, I've heard great things about Japan.
Japan's
going to be in the top 5 regardless.
Yeah.
Philippines, I've heard generally good things, a little mix. Philippines and Vietnam. I've heard mixed about both from people. No, wait, I'm not thinking of the Philippines. I'm thinking of Vietnam and Thailand. I've heard mixed things about like Thailand, especially.
I've heard like mostly good things about Vietnam, actually, which is surprising.
Okay.
Given the war, but they say that like they're very cool to like.
You know, I'm actually thinking of mostly. Where is Phuket? That's in Thailand, right?
That is Thailand, I believe.
That's in Thailand, yeah. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I've heard very mixed things from people that like we know that have traveled to Thailand.
That, I think the big scary thing there is that if you have like a dime bag on you, they will just chop your head off. But otherwise, it's like pretty cool.
I wish it was like that here.
Yeah. You know what else is in my top 5 for sure is South Korea. That could be cool too. Yeah. South Korea is a really nice country.
Afghanistan.
It's a super nice country, actually. Super rich and very Western, obviously.
The Gulf of Oman.
I would not be going to Oman, no.
Great Battlefield 2 map.
Hot take, by the way. All things, keeping in mind, it's not the best time ever to go there, but I would love to go to Israel.
Bet you would.
See, I don't know what that means. See all of the crazy historical religious sites. Like it's got the most holy sites for the 3 biggest religions on earth. So being able to like touch those and like look at them, that would be really cool, actually. Yeah. And W Jews, by the way. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're the best people at everything. And that's why people don't like them so much all over the world. Is unironically because they're jealous, because they can turn trash land into extremely wealthy, industrious, thriving civilizations, and their neighbors can't. So W Jews and W Israel, but I'd be more than a little scared to go there right now. But yeah, I'm thinking Japan, if I'm being honest. I think Japan, that's what I'd have to pick. Yeah. Tokyo.
I'm thinking.
And it's super pretty too. Some cherry blossoms. Dude, come on. The crazy temples.
You little cherry blossom guy, yeah. W Hamas, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom here. The Maldives is certainly on that list. That's going to be top 5. Singapore would be interesting. Singapore is like just basically a giant city, right?
I've heard good things about Singapore too, actually. You're right.
Yeah, I'm thinking Singapore would be up there.
I think they're like
so that
quite
Japan,
wealthy.
The Maldives. Where else am I going, buddy?
Petra
probably still Thailand.
Iran, I think, Drexler. Iran has a lot of cool historical stuff too, because it's like that's where the Sumerians were. So that's like one of the oldest cultures we know of. So yeah, it has like Petra and like other like settlements that are like 8,000 years old. It's like really cool. I don't think that old, but like 6,000 years old. Like that would be actually super sick.
What's up with Jordan? What's going on
there? Anti-Semitism, I think.
Oh, Jordan. Yeah.
It's got a lot of cool history too, though.
It's got a lot of history. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Isn't that okay? These images. This is one of the wonders of the world. They say it's like what is it? Like something carved out into the rock.
Okay, so Petra's in Jordan, then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Petra. Yeah. Dude, you should look up Petra. It's insane. Yeah. They have like cliffs and people.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. This looks
people
crazy.
Thousands of years ago. For those of you who don't know what Petra is, this is my understanding. You can go look it up because I'm going to get some of this wrong. But basically, there was like this city. There's this city called. I think the city is called Petra, or it was. But anyway, it was like a settlement, like a big city that was like at the bottom of like cliffs. So like in a valley. So imagine like a city like on the ground in the Grand Canyon. But these people were crazy artistic, I guess. So they carved a bunch of really cool like art and like sculptures and stuff. And I think actual rooms into the cliff face from the bottom. So you imagine looking down the Grand Canyon, and instead of seeing like the other wall, it's like the wall has like a city carved out of it, like Lord of the Rings dwarves, actually, but in real life.
I think this was in one of the
that's really cool
Indiana Jones movies, man. Just go watch Indiana Jones.
Probably, yeah. There's a lot of cool history
Jordan's
in Asia, for sure. Yeah.
Laos.
I'm good on that. Super good on Laos. Yeah.
Mongolia. Mongolian barbecue. Gabe would love going there, man.
Stop.
He's a big
Mongolia would suck,
Mongolian
dude.
Barbecue. Would it?
It's poor, it's big, it's really cold, and that's it. Yeah.
What's up with this other place, Timor-Leste? What's going on there, man? Timor-Leste.
I've never
East
heard of
Timor?
it.
Oh, it's an
Timor
island.
Sounds very
Where's this
vaguely
at?
familiar.
It's an island. Oh, it's just north of Australia. North of Australia, west of Papua New Guinea. Okay. This looks kind of cool. Interesting.
So what's your pick?
If I got to pick one, it's probably Japan. Yeah. I've heard, just like I said, nothing but amazing things about Japan.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who's not like super, because like generally the people you see that go there are like people that are into like
anime.
That stuff. Literally, yeah. Like anime, Pokemon, stuff like that.
Actually,
but everything I hear about it is like it's the people are so nice. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's safe.
No crime. Yeah.
Great selection of food. So yeah, I think I'm doing Japan.
Yeah, Japan would be really cool for sure. And it does, like we were talking about with Greece, it's got both. It's got like a ton of natural beauty if you're into that, but it also has the most touristy of tourist traps too, if you're into that. Like it's a really rich country, so, and it has like crazy technology, and yeah, the people are great also. So that would be like really cool. Yeah, I would be into that.
Japanese.
Going to the Kodokan, that would be dope too. Shout out to the Kodokan. The first ever
I know what that is, yeah.
It's the first ever judo dojo. Anyway.
Shut up.
All right, we got some line skippers. Yeah, we spent some time on that question, so we're getting there. Biggie with the $5 super chat. He asks, and by the way, I'm going to let the $4.99 slide now, but I'm not letting it slide again. So Biggie and Kev, you've gotten a discount on your live super chat question. Don't let it happen again, or I will ignore it. So just keep that in mind. Biggie asks for a discounted price of $4.99, but I'm magnanimous. I'm going to answer it anyway. Season 4.5 drops, and it's as if you guys had full control of the patch. What's your new gun perk, lethal, and tac meta? You also have LTM and playlist. Okay. So what do I want to make good? Oh, my new gun? Oh, no. Yeah, new gun meta. Okay. This is an interesting question.
Just what's your meta? Yeah, I'm going MTZ-762. We were just talking about this before the pod started. That has been my favorite long-range gun in Iridescent, and they nerfed it too much. So MTZ-762 would be my choice. Good old iron sight. That was so much fun. Really good at range.
Extremely hot take. Perhaps not that hot of a take. You know what gun I would make meta? Is the MCW. Let's have a no recoil, just like beam free to use gun be meta, at least for half a season, maybe till like season 5, and then you can nerf it or something. Don't make it too crazy.
Yeah.
But put it in the meta. That would be refreshing because we have not seen anything like that in a long time. Perk, lethal, and tac meta, don't care. The perks are fine. I don't know.
Yeah, the perk meta, I don't have anything to change.
Lethal,
I'd want frags
don't
again.
Care.
That frag meta was really fun when they were too good.
Yeah, and then tac meta, I like smoke meta, so I'd keep that.
I do too. Smoke meta gets a lot of hate, but think about the other options we'd have. Stun meta, flash meta. Like smoke to me is
your character meta. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, smoke lets you move. It lets you play late game. Like people like to hate on it because we've had it for so long, but I'm honestly a huge fan of the smoke meta.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there's like a solid skill gap to using them too. So I like Smokes a lot. And then you also have LTM and playlist, and then his sentence ended. I don't know what that means.
You select LTM playlist.
I would take all LTMs out of the game. That would be my LTM. I don't like LTMs. So no, you know what I do? Buyback quads.
Yeah.
Which is what I said. I would bring that back.
Buyback quads and no Rebirth Island for half a season just to see everybody mauled. Not a single Rebirth or Resurgence rotation, but Rebirth removed. Just for no reason other than to make people mad, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway. Biggie, thank you for the question, buddy. Appreciate that.
And I would remove Resurgence ranked and delete the files permanently somehow. I would find a way to delete it. I would kill whatever dev designed it so they couldn't.
Take people's operator skins away.
I would bunker bust their headquarters and destroy every PC so they can't relaunch it again, ever.
In game, of course, yeah. So. Thank you, Biggie. Appreciate that super chat. And Cocky Kev also getting a discounted question asked. Super chats $4.99, which is not the correct amount, but again, we're magnanimous. We're going to answer anyway. Who would you rather give an oiled back massage to, Trump or Biden? Okay. So
I think I'm going Sleepy Joe.
Really?
Old Don, he'd be too into it, I think. He'd be like talking and it'd be weird.
That's why I would go with Donald Trump.
Oh, you want to get real into it? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, because here's the thing. If I laid hands on Biden, and I'm almost not joking, I would be afraid he would just die. Okay. He could die at any moment with no intervention. So if I I don't know, rub his shoulder too hard, he's just going to have an aneurysm, and then I'm going to be hanged for treason. I'm not super excited about that prospect. Meanwhile, they're both old, wrinkly, and disgusting, but it's a back massage. It's not, this doesn't bother me at all. It's not, the idea here is that it's supposed to make me uncomfortable. It's like
giving an oily massage to a 90-year-old wrinkly man doesn't make you uncomfortable. That's interesting.
It genuinely doesn't. I don't think of it as that's
great. So Jakin makes a good point.
Contact sports and stuff though, and you haven't. So
Jakin makes a great point. Is that Dawn is going to expect you to also either him in the ass or jerk him off or something. That's the issue there. You're going to have to go further. You're going to have to do more.
I don't know. I don't think he's into young men like us. I'm going to be honest. If I were a woman, I would I'd be terrified of both of them, actually. We've heard stories about Biden, but I think he's too old to do anything now. But we've also heard stories about Trump. You're right. So it would change my answer probably if I were a woman, but I'm not. So yeah, it would be Trump for me, because Trump, he would talk a lot and that would be cool. Wouldn't you like to have a conversation with Donald Trump? Say what you want about his politics. Say what you want about how rude he is, whatever. But if you don't think that guy is funny and charismatic, you are out of your mind. It would be really fun talking to him, actually. I'm sure I would like him in person. Just setting aside politics and all that, he would be like a charismatic, funny guy to talk to.
Yeah, so that would be cool. I always see so many funny tweets from left-wing people that are like, God damn it. It just pisses me off so much to say it. But unfortunately, Donald Trump is the funniest guy on earth. He just says so many. I know he is.
He would be so likable in person, dude. Everything I've ever seen says that.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever seen. Sure. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going with Trump. But anyway, thank you, Kev, for the super chat. If anyone else wants to skip the line, you can do that. But for now, we'll get back to the Discord. Let's see what we got next. Let's see. Do you want to answer Reichard's question? I'm sure you don't, but I'll ask anyway.
What's one life lesson marriage has taught you that could be good advice to others? Game all day and ignore your wife. She'd love that, Reichard. Do that.
Yeah. You
should have never give her attention and just game a lot.
Yep. There you go.
Drink a lot too. Beat her sometimes. Smoke cigarettes in the house.
Keep her on the put them out.
Don't
on
shower.
Her skin. Yes. Yeah. Keep her guessing. That's the thing. If you want to abuse your wife really well, a lot of novice neophyte abusers make the mistake of always being mean and abusive. she's going to leave if you do that. You can't do that. What you got to do is be wildly, irrationally, and impossibly unpredictable. So sometimes you'll get really drunk and give her the old 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you're going to get really drunk and be really nice randomly for no reason. So every time she comes home and you've had 8 Coors Lights, she doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah, that's a good point. Keep on.
And then the next time you're beating the shit out of her, she's gonna think back to the times you were nice sometimes, and that will keep her tethered to you, and she won't be able to walk away because she'll have false hope that someday you'll change and you won't beat the shit out of her, which you will of course continue to do, sprinkled in with random acts of kindness so that she never actually leaves you. That's how you
bring her home like a
properly
necklace the day after
someone.
you beat her.
Exactly, yes, and a bouquet of flowers and say, I'm sorry, baby, it'll never happen again. This is iridescent level abuse tactics. If you wanted to be good at it, that's what you would have to do.
This is like, I mean, there's for sure some like middle-aged construction worker who listens to our pod that this is what he does. 100%. Yeah. This is just standard practice for a lot of men. Yeah.
That's unironically true. There's at least one guy listening who does exactly that. Yeah.
Who's emotionally or physically abusive. Yeah.
Ideally both if you want to be an iridescent abuser. Not that you should be, but
how do you go top 250? How do you break that?
Oh man, that's a good question. So they have to have kids with you, so they also feel like they can't leave because they would be doing a disservice to the kids. So that would help get you top 250.
Yeah, so
and
have
then
a kid.
Probably, man, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably isolate her from all of her other friends and family, so she feels like she has no one else to talk to or lean on.
Have you been listening to to that black guy they play clips of on YMH? Because this is basically what he says.
Yeah, that's what a lot of those dudes say. Are you talking about Samuelson? Kevin Samuelson or whatever?
Jake has sent us clips of it too.
Talking about Kevin Samuels, the older guy?
I have no idea what his name is. No. He's not older at all. Okay. He's like a black dude, probably in his like 30s, early 40s.
Then no, I don't know who that is.
He's not like super old. No. Yeah, Jake has been sending clips of him, and he's like, he literally just tells you how to do toxic things.
Oh, like the guy that got arrested.
Yeah.
For beating his girlfriend. Yeah, I've seen that guy, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the guy I'm thinking. I don't know. Anyways.
It is. Yeah, I know who that guy is.
It sounds like the clips I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he literally says in one of them, move her away so she has no support. Like she has no like friends, she has no family.
That is so insane to unironically say. Holy shit, yeah.
It's pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, so anyway. And sorry that we talked about that, but I was forced to because the question was directly, how best can you abuse the women in your life? So sorry, I had to answer that.
Reichard asked that question.
Yeah, so thanks, Reichard. You just triggered people. Appreciate that. So, and it's your fault.
Whoa.
This is interesting from Irvin. Hypothetically or not, don't say or not like you are going to give us enough money to do this. What would it take to get aim assist tattooed on your body somewhere? The words aim assist. I'm going to say now a lot less than you probably think.
Yeah, because I mean, you could just get it in small writing anywhere and it just doesn't matter. So
yeah. I'd put it right above my butthole.
Would you? Little tramp stamp.
Right.
I'm thinking like one of those girl ones, like right behind
aim
your
assist.
Ear.
Yeah.
How much you think?
You know what I would? You know what I would probably actually do is I would shave my head bald, get it in really small print in like the Hitman barcode section, and then I'm not going to go bald because I have a virile, luscious, masculine, thick head of full head of hair, unlike Tanner. So I could just shave my head, get aim assist tattooed pretty much anywhere I want. And then I'll never be bald again, so no one would ever see it again. So not much.
Yeah.
5K. I would do it for 5K. Yeah.
I was thinking like 20.
That's a lot. Yeah, I'd probably actually do it for 5K. Yeah, it actually would not be that hard. And you could do it in like, that would take like 20-minute tattoo. It's not hard.
Yeah, that'd be a quick little guy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
that's cool.
Anyway, yeah. This next one's a good one, if a little niche. Only slightly badass. What has been the best Discord meta to date? And why is it Jaren? It's not
the
that.
Jaren one has lasted the longest. It's lasted a long time. Honestly, I think Pepe W has been my favorite. Because there are just so many ridiculous statements in the Discord that are
so
typed
widely
that
applicable.
I Pepe W 20 times a day. And it doesn't get old because it's the best emoji for a lot of these statements.
It is a good one.
It's the best reaction. So
yeah,
I'm really liking Pepe W. Or the okay man, the little bud laughing. With
that one's very condescending.
One's
yeah,
extremely
condescending. Yeah, that one's good. We've had a lot of metas in the Discord. The spit gif meta, I always think fondly on.
Do you?
That was a really good, solid meta that I really enjoyed. So that might be up there. And then the censorship meta, which has never really gone away, or the psyop meta. This is only something Tanner and I can do, but we'll basically be able to say something and then someone will reply to it, and then we will change the original message that they replied to such that they are agreeing to something, or it appears they're agreeing to something that they're absolutely not agreeing to, and that makes me laugh. And then if they protest, I just delete the message of protest, so they can't correct the record. It's not possible. And then if they edit their own message, I'll delete that. So you can't correct a record, and you can just be made to look a fool, and that makes me laugh. So anyway, let's see. Bates. I'm gonna actually read this because it's worth talking about, I think. Bates asks, should cheating be considered a war crime? A Warzone crime, if you will. As dumb as that was, it did make me smile, so good job there. So there are a cohort of people, and I think this is actually the case in South Korea, I'm not kidding, and maybe some other countries, where cheating in online video games is literally a crime. I hate cheaters as much as the next guy, but should it be an actual like federal crime? No, probably not. I do not like that precedent, and I do not like where that leads, frankly. Like, you can't be putting people in jail for like aimbotting in like Rust 24/7. That's too crazy. As much as I hate people that cheat in online video games, I think that's pretty wild. Now, I will also add, if you are cheating in a video game for money, so if you're doing a tournament for money, I think that should be a crime, actually. Because now we're entering into the realm of essentially theft. I think you could maybe argue it is a crime if you actually took someone to court for it and it's just never been adjudicated. But I think that should be a crime. If you're taking away, if you're like cheating again for money, like you're literally like arguably theft. It ought to be just as illegal as like a boxer throwing a boxing match and putting money on his opponent would be. I think that's actually illegal as well. So I think in those instances, it should be considered a crime. But just like, I don't know, cheating on ladder or whatever, like, come on. Yeah. There are some people that genuinely think that. They get that upset about it. And it's like, bro, can you relax? Come on. Let's be serious. Don't we have enough people in prison in this country, by the way? I think that's yet another statistic the United States is number one in, is incarcerated population per capita. I think we're literally number one.
Are we?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I can see it.
Which is actually, well, unless you count, I guess, like North Korea, they probably have more maybe. But besides that, yeah, I think we are. So we don't need to have more laws, you know? Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so.
Well, now it's El Salvador because he just threw a bunch of people in prison, didn't he? There's been a bunch of talk about that guy.
Miley?
Like the new.
Miley?
Is it El Salvador?
No, that's not El Salvador.
No, you're thinking of that was
Argentina,
I believe.
I don't know anything about El Salvador.
The El Salvador governor. I've seen like little TikToks, so I don't really know too much about it, but I guess it's something like maybe they had a new governor or something come in, and he's been like cracking down like crazy on like
the gangs.
What's the big?
MS-13.
I think it's MS-13 is from there, right? He's been cracking down
yeah.
like crazy.
Good for him.
Like full like militarization, like arresting all of these people, throwing them in prison.
That's good. W.
Actually, the U.S., according to this, is number 6 now. It's El Salvador.
Oh, wow.
Cuba, Rwanda, American Samoa, really.
That's shocking.
And Turkmenistan? Turkmenistan, yep.
Huh.
Interesting.
Oh, I stand corrected. Well,
one of these other ones, it looks like we were at some point in like a few years back or something.
I see. Yeah.
But this is like recent. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to El Salvador.
Yeah. MS-13 is not a great group of people. So that's good. Yeah. Roll through with tanks. W. Anyways. Only Slightly Bad asks, what do we do to cheaters in the Discord? Spit gif on Pib. Get shit on. Don't cheat. Or we will immediately permanently ban you from everything we can.
Yeah.
Which we've done and will do again. Yeah. So
that was only 6 months ago, huh? That seems like it was a long time ago.
It does seem like a longer than that. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised too. But yeah, this is not a cheating Discord. So if you admit to it or do it and we catch you, see ya. You're banned from the Patreon, the YouTube, the chats, the Discord, obviously, and your own life. So that's what we do anyway. Today's episode is brought to you by us and our Patreon, where we offer our members all of our episodes early access and ad-free. Starting at just $5 a month at the gold tier, patrons also get 3 raw, uncensored Call of Duty bonus episodes every month, in addition, of course, to every bonus episode we've ever done in the past, and a unique Discord role as well. Our most recent bonus episode just went live today, and it is all about Black Ops 6 Zombies and what we can expect. So we went really deep into official sources, unofficial sources, leaks, speculation on what we can expect for Zombies this year, and it was a lot of fun. That sounds interesting. You can sign up at any tier and go listen right now. And if you wanted more content, you could always go to a higher tier. For example, Platinum, $10 a month, gets you everything from the gold tier, plus one Q&A episode where only you guys can ask the questions or hear the answers, which we have also already done for this month, so that is available right now. And then Damascus for $20 a month gets all of that, plus a behind-the-scenes episode, which we have not done yet, but it's going to be a banger this month because a lot's been going on behind the scenes. A monthly Damascus-only patron hangout, and access to the Discord Damascus Lounge, where most of the activity in the Discord happens. Keep in mind, next month, all patrons, we're going to have Rebirth Island Customs for. So sign up at any tier, and you can play some Rebirth Customs with all of us. Did you hate hearing this ad? Sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Let's get back to the show. Next one is from Steel Switch, which I do want to answer. Rank these berries. You may include other berries not on the list. So here are just some ideas. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, alali berries, that's a fake berry, and mulberries.
Those are good. All the berries are good.
I've never even heard of those.
I think it's just a cross between a raspberry and blackberry, I think. So mulberry, I've like heard of that, but I don't really know what a mulberry is. Is that a real berry? I swear that is fake. What is a mulberry? Like, can you just go to the store and get a mulberry, man? I don't think so. I don't know what this is. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it depends where you are in the United States, but we certainly don't just have mulberries at the grocery store here. I guess that's like alala berries too, but alala berries are... no, I think you can find them at the grocery store and stuff. So alala berry is... I thought it was a mix between blackberry and raspberry. Let's see. It's a marketing name for a certain type of blackberry, basically. So they're really good. There's this place in Utah that does Olala berry pie, and it's fantastic. And I actually have Olala berry jam in my fridge right now because the place where we got married and everything up on the California coast, they do a ton of Olala berry stuff as well. So let me rank my list. I can't think of any glaring omissions. I don't know. I can't think of any.
I can't either, but I feel like there are more berries.
There probably are. No, there certainly are. But so mulberries, I'm not going to count. So I'm just going to do the 5. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but blueberries are not good. They're not even bad. They're just boring. They don't taste like anything. So blueberries at the very bottom for me. So blueberries dead last. Then it gets real hard because I do like all of them. So I think next I'm going
Grapes
raspberries.
And tomatoes are technically berries.
Yeah, we're not counting those.
Yeah.
So raspberries, I'm going number 4, which is too bad because raspberries are great. But I'm gonna have to put it down there. Next, I'm going Olala berry, I think, and then blackberry, and then strawberry. I think that's my list. So, I mean, strawberry, it has to be number 1, right?
Of course.
It's the most versatile.
It's
like I don't even eat them.
Too.
See, I don't necessarily think that. I think like raspberries and blackberries are both really good, and like Olala berries, but you don't have the same utility. I feel like, you know.
Yeah, that's probably also.
I
true.
used blackberries last night to make a blackberry sour. Actually,
there are some things you can do with raspberries and blackberries you can't do with strawberries, like a blackberry scone or like a blackberry muffin. Those are usually like blueberry or like blueberry pancakes.
Okay, blueberry muffins are really good.
Yeah.
For me not liking blueberries by themselves, blueberry muffins are excellent. Yeah, blueberry stuff like that is good. Blueberry scones are really, really good too, but I don't like eating plain blueberries. They're boring.
They're okay, yeah. I largely agree with you though. Strawberries, obviously number 1. Blackberries are super slept on. They're the sweetest of the little aggregate berries like that. They're the best tasting for sure. They're super sweet. They're super delicious. They're really good.
They look
raspberries
cool too, man.
are significantly less sweet, but also quite tasty. So those are going number. Ooh, yeah, those are probably good. You know what? No, blueberries are number 3 for me because of their versatility, actually.
Yeah.
And eating them alone, I haven't done that in a long time, but I do like how much water there is. I like that. I like that little
You're not
natural
missing much.
gusher.
Yeah, don't eat them alone.
But yeah, they're not that great. Yeah. Cherries suck, by the way. If cherries count as berries, they're the last. I would eat poisonous berries before I ate cherries. They're not good. I hate cherries. I've never liked how they taste. Don't like them. Don't like anything cherry flavored. Don't like them in anything. Ugh.
Yeah.
Cherries suck. So keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah. And then, yeah, I've never even heard of Olala berries, and I've never had mulberries. I've heard of that, though. But anyway, there you go. So, good question. Let's see. I feel like we've answered this before, but I'll briefly answer it again from Spidey Chef. Has a film, don't say film, say movie, ever profoundly influenced you? Not necessarily make you cry or change your life, but just stick with you even years after seeing it. I have one answer. I've talked about it before.
What's your answer?
My answer is Requiem for a Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Came out in the year 2000. That is the only movie I've ever watched where like 5 days later, I woke up thinking about it still. That's how dark it was. It was so good. And a great soundtrack too, of course. But that is the only movie that I thought about even the next day. Every other movie, I was like, oh, that was a really good movie. I'm done. I'm over. Like, that's it. That's all. And there are great movies, like Scorsese movies are really good. Like, I really like The Departed. It's in my top 3 movies ever, probably. And I really enjoy it, and I liked watching it, and I thought it was great. But it didn't, affect me. Like, nothing ever has. Like Requiem for a Dream. Something about it is just so... I gotta watch it again. So it's just dark and I don't know, it just hung over me for like a week. And I loved it, dude. It was just sad, depressing. I watched it in the winter too, which was good. That helped for sure. But yeah, that was a great movie. But anyway,
you talked about that a lot. I'll have to watch it one of these days.
You got to, dude. It's depressing, but it's really good. Yeah, I think it's worth it. What about you, man?
Answer. I don't know. I don't really have an answer. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's an interesting one from Riker. What is something expensive you splurged on but ended up not being worth the price? You know what it usually is for me? Food-related items.
Yeah.
Getting a steak at most restaurants. So I've never been to a proper, like, expensive-ass steakhouse, but you go to, like, nicer restaurants, they have a couple different steaks on the menu, whatever. They're never that good. It's so, like, you always hear it, and it's, like, stupid and cliche, like, oh, you can make a better one at home for cheaper. It truly is that way, though, generally, for me. It's like, you get, like, some expensive piece of meat, and it's like, first of all, I could have bought a 3-pack of good quality ribeyes for the same price that I just paid for this one. And the ones I would have made tasted a lot better, you know? That's usually what it is food stuff for me.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's not even food stuff because I don't, like, go out to eat very much. I wouldn't say I, like, splurge ever on food, or very rarely. And besides that, I don't know, man. I'm sure there are things in my life where I've, like, bought something expensive and it not being worth it, but I can't think of any. So if it's happened, I'm sure it has. It's been years and years and years, because these days, outside of food, and even sort of with food, but especially outside of it, if you need, like, a product or something, if you actually care enough, you can do research pretty easily online. And you will be, and if you're, like, competent at doing that, and it's not hard to do, you can be virtually certain it's going to be worth the price. Like, all right, I just did this recently for headphones. I need a new pair of headphones. I'm going to spend, like, an hour researching what are the best headphones for what I want them to do. So I did that. And it's pretty obvious there's, like, a consensus, and everyone likes it, and, like, everything bad anyone says about it is very nitpicky, and I don't care about those things. So I got it, and it's exactly as I expected. Worth the price, very solid, very comfortable, sounds great, etc. And I feel like for anything expensive that I'm going to be splurging on, I'm not gonna just YOLO it. Like, I'm gonna research it and really look into it. The things I waste the most money on are things that are not expensive because I don't care enough to, like, look it up. And then I'm like, oh, this thing sucks. It wasn't even worth the $6 or whatever. Like, that's where I actually end up wasting money. But it's not on expensive big purchases, because I'm not willing to invest $300 without, like, looking up what it is or whatever, you know?
Yeah. It's funny that you say that, because speaking of cheap stuff like that, like, just recently, everyone talks about, like, Rao's, I think they're, like, pasta sauce, like their marinara or their sauces.
What brand?
And they're, like, Rao, Raos.
Okay.
So it's, like, very expensive. Well, it's expensive for sauce. It's like $8-9,
right,
you know, for a bottle of it. And I was like, okay, everyone always talks about it, and I need to buy some sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'll try it. And I tried it. I'm like, dude, this is worse than the $1.99 vodka sauce that I buy at Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
like, it's so much worse. Mm-hmm. And I was actually pissed. I was like, I can't believe I just spent 4 times the amount on this stupid bottle that tastes like trash. I was really pissed. I'm like, why is this stuff so popular?
Yeah.
That, and then you reminded me of something else, but now I forgot what it was. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. What about your Hermie Miller? Do you regret buying that, or do you think it was worth it? That was a big purchase.
It was a massive purchase. I don't regret buying it, but it is too expensive for what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Herman Miller is a chair. It's an office chair. I bought one because my old one was too hot and falling apart. So I was like, I'm just going to get a really nice like computer chair because I sit at my computer all the time. So it's worth the investment. So what's the best computer chair? Herman Miller. So I got one of those. And it was like, what, $800 or something? I don't know how much Herman Millers are, but I got one like new. And I have literally no complaints about it. It's very comfortable. I can sit in it for 24 hours. I don't get any like soreness. It's like the perfect chair. It's not falling apart at all. It works just as well as it did on day one. It's cool. It's comfortable. It's quiet. It works perfectly. And it's everything you would want in a chair. But was it worth $800? Probably not, honestly. But maybe it is, because I've never bought another chair that just lasts forever like this one appears to.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same, except it's like dustier as it was on day one. It doesn't squeak. It doesn't have any little tears or anything. It's like perfect. So maybe it is worth $800. I don't know, but I find it hard to believe that there isn't another chair that is built as well that's less expensive and as comfortable. Because it's just a chair. Like, it's not, like, it's comfortable. I don't experience discomfort ever, but it's not like, I don't know, super comfortable or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a chair that is not uncomfortable ever. And again, maybe that's worth a bunch of money. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But it feels like it was too expensive. But maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't regret it, though, I guess.
That's like the Secret Lab. Yeah, like these things are falling apart.
Oh,
mine is like destroyed. Yeah. It's crazy. How does something you sit in become so destroyed and
it's
torn
not like you're like
dented?
Power bombing it. I know. Exactly.
I know. I'm like, what? How is it this bad already? And it's been doing this for like a year and a half now, too. So it's like, wow, it lasted like literally like a year and a half before I started having a lot of problems with it.
Mine was maybe like a year before the arm pads started like peeling. Yeah.
Oh, the arm pads are destroyed. The bottom, it has a whole giant slit in it. You feel the metal rods. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you would be better off just buying something that's works and that's going to last way longer.
Yeah.
But you don't think about that when you're buying things because you're like, should I buy the $300 item or the $1,200 item? You're like, I'm not buying a $1,200 item. Yeah. But then 6 years when the one is still working fine and meanwhile you're on your third $300 chair, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the calculus, right? Yeah. So
that's the math. That's the quick math I like to say.
That's the quick maths, yeah. So yeah, it's a good question though. I wonder if there are other things, but yeah, a lot of expensive things. The only other expensive things I guess you could say that people would splurge on but not be worth the price are things
Obsidian.
that are nice. No, that's always worth the price. That are nice, True. But you won't use them. So like my brother loves doing this. He not these days, but like when he was younger, he would always buy like workout stuff. So like jump soles. I don't know if you guys remember those. But they were like little things you put on your feet and you would do calisthenics with them and they were supposed to like make you jump super high or whatever. They were like $70 and they're like stupid little, you guys can look them up. And it's like, if he actually used them, I'm sure they would have done what they said they do, but he didn't actually use them. So that was like a waste of money, but not because like the product was bad. It's just because he wasn't going to do it. So I'm sure a lot of people's answer would be like, oh, I bought a Bowflex. And it's nice and great, but I just never use it because I'm lazy. So like that was a waste of money. But it's not like the product's fault. It's just your fault for thinking you were going to use it, you know? That would probably be a lot for people too, I think.
Anything related to workout equipment.
Or
that's the
like,
number one thing people get scammed on.
Yeah.
Don't end up using.
A lot of good ones too that I bet a lot of people waste money on, I know better, is like ice cream makers, sherbet makers, all the goofy kitchen things, bread makers that people think is really cool and that they would use a lot and then they just don't and it's not worth it. I bet you a ton of people. Ninjas, the whatever, blenders. Like you could buy a nice blender, like Ninja I think's the brand, right? For like $300. And it's really good, but you're never using it.
Vitamix is the real expensive popular
that's
one.
What it is. Yeah.
Yeah, those are, how much are those? Yeah, these are. I mean, $600 for a normal looking
That's
blender.
insane.
$700.
Yeah.
$1,100. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah,
But,
that's insane.
Yeah,
That
there were
would
a
be
lot
a
of
common
ridiculous
one, I
kitchen
imagine.
gadgets.
Yeah, gadgets is a great word.
Yeah.
That's a perfect word for what I'm trying to describe. Yeah, just gadgets that you like think are cool and you just don't end up using them.
Yep.
So anyway, let's see. I like this one from Bates. If you could own any gun ever made, what would it be and why?
Any gun, huh? Wow.
Any gun. Would I want to own... If I wanted a gun... So I don't own any guns. So part of me wants to say something practical. But if I really wanted a practical gun, I would just go buy one. So I'm not going to answer practically, actually. I'm thinking something goofy, like a P90 or like a Bison or some other weird gun like that, that you cannot ever purchase. Like, it's not legal or possible. Even if it's illegal, it's still impossible to get a P90, probably. Like, you can't do it. Like, if Landmark really wanted a P90, I'd be surprised if he could get one. And he has infinite money and connections.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know if there's a way to get
illegal,
those.
you know? So I would pick something like that. Because it's also a very interesting, unique type of gun, you know? With the stupid, like, top mag and whatever. And it would probably be really fun to shoot a P90 too. Low recoil, fast fire rate, 90 round magazine. That would be cool. So P90 is my first answer. Yeah.
You could buy I mean, the thing is, you can buy most of these guns. It's just not the real one. It's like basically a knockoff and they're semi-auto. So like there's something called the PS90, which you can buy. It's just a semi-auto. It's a P90. $1,500.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
you can buy
but I'd
things
want
like
a full
that.
auto one if I could get one.
Those, yeah.
You know
what mine is? I think the Mutant, the MK47 Mutant from Tarkov. It's such a cool looking gun when it's
it is a
modded
cool
out.
looking gun.
And they're expensive. They're new. They're really dope looking. That would be mine. It's such a cool looking gun. Plus, it's so fun to use in Tarkov.
It's probably like super effective too. I like
they're
the
like $5,000, I think.
Oh wow. The design concept that I've like read or remember reading about, that I've been told, that I remember reading about when I looked it up, is that it basically, the philosophy was, we want the like stopping power of an AK and the reliability of an AK, but on like the modern M4 platform. So we're going to make like a 7.62 M4 basically, and that's a Mutant. Is that like a fair summary of what that is? I
think so. Yeah. It's just like a modernized, yeah.
I think that's like a good idea for a gun. Like, let's make an American 7.62 extra stopping power demon full auto barking at people thing. Huh? Yeah. Is that used in any official capacity by the United States?
What?
The Mutant.
No.
Does any military use it?
It's new. They started production on those not even 10 years ago. So that's very new for a gun, so no. And it probably maybe never will be, I don't know. It's only one company that makes them.
Who is the company?
CMMG, just like it is in Tarkov.
Oh. Do they make anything else that's
I don't know.
Popular?
I don't know what else they make.
You know what else would be cool to own though, if I wasn't a coward and I wasn't so small, would be a Desert Eagle. That would be dope.
They're ugly and big and weird.
They are not ugly. They are big and weird, but they are not ugly. They're
ugly.
pretty.
They're extremely
They
ugly.
are cool looking pistols, dude.
It's a really ugly gun. It's a really ugly gun.
You know that thing is powerful, by the way, because even your video game made up operator has trouble controlling the kick in a video game.
Especially in an Infinity Ward game, yeah.
Like your operator's like whole arm will go like to the sky. Like that's how you know in real life that thing is powerful. Yeah. I would be afraid that I would actually throw it into the air if I fired it. Like I would get scared, let go, and then it would just go hurtling and then do a Baldwin when it lands behind me in the range. I would genuinely be afraid to shoot. I don't think I'd shoot one. Like actually. That freaks me out. But how cool is that gun, man? Come on.
You know what else would be a cool one is like an MP7. Because those, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you like basically can't own guns of that. Like you can't own an MP7. Like they don't really exist, or you can't get them or something. That would be an interesting one because that's a very weird.
Oh, that would be
type.
Cool. Yeah.
But I've shot one of those like those. I think it's called like it's something 500. It was one of those really long revolvers. It had like a 9-inch barrel, I think. My dad's friend has it, and it is so unfun to shoot. You shoot it one time, and it's like, that's it. It's too powerful.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what I feel like the Deagle would be. God, what is that thing
for
called?
Sure. I agree. Yeah.
It was a something 500, but anyways,
a revolver would be cool.
It's too much. It's too much.
But yeah, I believe that for sure. Yeah. Oh, there was another thing I was thinking of. You know what else I want to do on my bucket list before I die is get an MP5, dump an entire 30-round magazine into, for the purposes of this episode, we'll say a target. You guys can imagine what type of target I'm thinking of. Infinity Ward div. And then drop the mag, put a new one in there, and then do the cool thing where you slap the whatever. You slap the thing down before you can shoot it again. Mm-hmm. I don't know what is that? What is that thing called?
I don't know what that's. Is that just the bolt, guys? Is that what that technically is? I guess on the MP5?
It probably is the bolt, right?
Bolt?
I don't know why they designed it that way, but it looks so fun to do in video games. I hate it because it makes the gun reload slower, but in real life, that looks like it would be deeply satisfying
to do. Charging handle. Okay.
Just
I had an airsoft
that
gun.
Sucker down, dude.
I had a really nice airsoft gun growing up. That was a full metal MP5, and it had that. It was the same thing. You slapped it down. Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It had a solid stock, or you could remove it and I think put the adjustable one on. It even had on the grip, you could do a regular one, or you could do one with a built-in flashlight, and it came with both of those. It was sick, dude. Airsoft back in the day was dope when it was popular.
Sounds expensive.
Back then, in
it's like a $300 airsoft gun.
Mid 2000s, it was probably $400 or $500. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But dude, airsoft guns back then were so cool. I don't know if they're I guess people do still do it, but dude, the customization stuff is crazy. Yeah. They were so much fun. Just having big airsoft battles in kids' backyards.
Oh, dude, I remember the airsoft gun battles. Yeah. Yeah, I never had a freaking MP5 perfect model, but
yeah, we had a sleepover weekend one time at this kid's house. It was actually one of Cody's friends. And for the whole weekend, everyone brought their full gear, and he had a big backyard. He lived right on the Villa Verde golf course, really close to where you were actually.
Big backyards, yeah.
And so there was it was the backyard, and there was a giant slope going down, and then a big flat area on the bottom too. So he had it all set up. Like we had basically like a little toy house type thing set up. And you could get in that as cover and stuff. They had a bunch of barricades, and for the whole weekend, that's all we did. We even he had toy night vision and stuff, so we did stuff at night. It was crazy, and everyone brought all their gear. Ben was there. I don't know if Gabe went, but yeah, we brought all of our stuff. It was fun. Yeah, it was a full battle the whole weekend.
That does sound fun. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was a good question, Bates. I'm sure I could think of more that would be like kind of interesting, but I don't know. Let's see. I want to read this question for how goofy it is, only slightly bad. Has COD gotten too big?
We have a chat question.
Oh, super chat question. Wee from Ox. I have no idea how much this is in real money.
631.
Okay, so this passes the test. Yeah,
it passes. I
already
did a conversion.
Yeah, thank you, Ox, and thank you for the live conversion. We did get an actual super chat that's actually enough money for us to answer live. Asks, if the two of you, along with Jake, were allowed to use walls and aimbot to the cheat shamelessly, no trying to hide it, do you think you could win World Series of Warzone?
No, I don't think so, honestly.
I
think too many crazy, weird things would happen, like third party, getting stuck reloading, because you would play dumb. You would just play because you would feel invincible, so you'd put yourself in bad positions to take gunfights, and when you have 3 insane players all shooting at you at the same time, even if you're aimbotting, if you're getting third party and stuff, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think
walls
we'd still lose.
Plus aimbot is really good, but yeah, I don't think so. I think it's definitely possible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we did end up winning. Because having both walls and aimbot and you don't have to try to hide it, that's really good.
So he does say aimbot to the chest, by the way.
To the chest. That's what that...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I misread that. Sorry. Yeah, but like, dude, think of what... I would just smoke every gunfight and just...
That's true. Smoke every gunfight, yeah. I just feel like... It's easy to say, oh, of course we would win, but something would go wrong.
I agree with you.
We would make a bad decision. Something would go wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
You would die to gas.
I think it's like 50-50 because you're right. Because those, like, listen, if you're a World Series of Warzone top team like Biffle, I'm not trying to make everyone mad. He might as well have aimbot because he's a really good controller player with very strong aim assist. So like, he's not missing shots on me either. So like that, it's kind of a wash on the aimbotting versus...
He's killing you faster because he's also mixing in headshots and your aimbot's only going to the chest.
Yeah, and he's way better. So he's going to be in like a smarter position and like, I don't know, whatever. So like, for that reason, I think Tanner's probably right. I would say the odds would be like, I would give us like a 30% chance of being able to win. Because also we'd have Jake. Jake's really good without cheats. So if he had cheats and he stayed on the toy, he could do a lot too. But yeah, like actually win the whole thing. Am I going to be able to make the crazy PDS gas mask?
That's what
plays?
It comes down to.
No,
yeah, those plays where you have to think of doing all of that. Yes, that's where we would lose.
Panic.
We would get to late game every single time and then fall apart because we didn't prepare for it.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's probably what would happen. Yeah, but I think it would be possible though. Interesting question. And then Chris with the $5 United States super chat, not $4.99. Thank you, Chris. Asks, same question above, but an EU lobby easily without aimbot.
We could play without cheats and make it to the World Series of Warzone LAN Grand Finals. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. In an EU lobby, we would be the #1 team for sure, and it wouldn't even be close. No one's good in EU. Like, no one's good. So if I had walls and aimbot, yeah. I'm not kidding. I would give us a 90% chance of winning. If it was only EU we had to deal with, I would give us a 90% chance with cheats. Yeah. Because EU players aren't good or competitive. So, you know what else would be really strong, by the way, if you had walls and aimbot, is throwing knives. You could just throwing knife people. And then even if they don't miss a bullet either, you just win anyway. because you would never
Throwing
miss
knives
a
don't
throwing
one shot
knife,
though.
right?
They don't one shot anymore.
Yeah, but you would get them like 1 health. I imagine that would still be a faster time to kill, right? I actually don't know how quickly
you throw
you could
two
start.
of them, or if you throw it and then shoot.
Throw one and then shoot a bullet.
No, you're dead by that point.
You think so?
You're 100% against the best players in the world. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't work. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you, Chris. Good question. But yeah, EU players suck. So, just keep that in mind. So anyway. So yeah, now back to Discord, only slightly bad. I'm just briefly going to read this because it's a silly question. Has COD gotten too big for its own good? The way I see it, they aren't going to be able to cater to everyone, to cater to everyone is what he said. Okay. So do they cater to the people who play consistently, provide good feedback, or the casual audience will spend more money on cosmetics, but overall play for significantly less time? If Call of Duty is too big for its own good now, it's been too big for literally 12, 15 years. I mean, Call of Duty's not much bigger now than it was actually 10 years ago in terms of like proportion of gamers who play it. So I don't think it's gotten too big for its own good because it's been as big as it is now since MW2 probably. Like in 09. So no, I don't think so. I mean, your point is well taken, but Call of Duty is also pretty much, at least certainly since MW2, has been a game for casuals the whole time. So like, that's never changed. That's never not been the case. Yeah. You could maybe argue like when Tanner was playing like COD 2, that it was more hardcore, and didn't cater to like casuals at that time. But I mean, I don't see that as super relevant to this question. So, yeah. This is a really dumb question too, so I'm going to read it as well. And I can't believe it was asked from Steel Switch. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life, or give up the internet for the rest of your life? Where do you think I live? I would have to live in Antarctica where I would literally die without heating for me to not take internet, obviously. Duh.
Yeah.
The internet?
It wouldn't be great. It's not even
like the computer. It's like the internet.
Wouldn't even be able to live, basically. Yeah.
Everything I do revolves around the internet. All my entertainment, my business, it's all based on the internet.
Even if you went and got a 9 to 5, every job has internet involved with it. You wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to work. Yeah, I'd have to become Amish, basically. And then I wouldn't have air conditioning or heating anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are we doing? Yeah. That question pisses me off. So.
Okay.
And you should feel bad about asking it. Let's see. Will Nature Valley ever manage to make their granola bars not crumble into pieces after you open the wrapper? They got to do that on purpose, right?
They taste so good. So
They're delicious, dude. That honey one, the green package one.
Uh-huh.
It's so tasty, but it is a disaster. It's so messy that they have to do it on purpose. It has to be an inside joke or something. There's no way they couldn't fix it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or make it better, you know?
Put like some glue or something in there.
Yeah, put some gelatin. Add some more preservatives.
They'll figure it out. Yeah, they can do it.
Yeah, they can do that. So anyway, let's see. Let's see. What are we at here? Okay.
What are we at?
120.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
So we'll do a couple more here. If you could record a podcast together at any location, where would it be? From Steel Switch. I don't know.
I don't really care, to be honest.
I don't care too much.
Doesn't really matter. I was thinking like, we could record like the World Series of Warzone LAN finals, but I'm like, I really don't care to do that either, so I don't know. Maybe in a villa on Santorini in Greece, looking out over the ocean or something.
Yeah, it's just an excuse for a vacation, right?
Yeah, literally. It was just
That's kind of what it seems like.
The
only reason I pause a little bit is because Lex Friedman did a podcast recently.
Lex Friedman is
in a treehouse in the Amazon rainforest.
Really? That's cool.
Which is a cool venue. So that makes me think maybe
That's
there
dope.
is some kind of cool podcast place you could do. But
yeah,
I wouldn't
we could
pick
think
that,
of something
though.
cool, probably.
Wouldn't pick that. So, you know what, dude? Here's my answer. On a yacht.
That'd be dope.
That would be sick.
I'd be down for a yacht. But again, for me, every answer would just revolve around taking a vacation there, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course. So
I'm always down for a yacht.
Yeah. Have you ever been
Bolivia?
on a yacht?
Not a yacht, no. Why,
I don't
have
know
you?
what constitutes a yacht.
Oh, the International Space Station would be cool. That'd be an interesting place to record a pod, yeah.
If I could teleport there and my survival is guaranteed, yes. I am never going to space, though. I'm never.
What if
doing
your
that.
survival is guaranteed, but you couldn't teleport?
I would. Okay, yeah, I would still do it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm just way too afraid of leaving the Earth's atmosphere. No thanks. See ya.
Bro is
and you're
petrified.
insane.
Nah.
Would you ever do that? Do a little space flight?
It's so outrageous that it's difficult to even comprehend. It's difficult to believe it's real.
It is. Yeah, I agree.
It's just no. I don't think I would. No, that's weird, dude. That's very.
It's too scary.
A little too high for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too. Yeah. It's.
I don't
not
have
worth
issues
it.
with planes, but I ain't going to the space. Nah.
Yeah, planes are. Yeah, like you can survive a plane crash. People have done that before. If something goes wrong in outer space, you are always dead. No one can come save you. You're not going to even fall to the earth. So, like, they're not even going to find your body.
Yeah.
They'll never get your body, actually. You'll just be dead floating in space forever.
That's kind of cool.
Which wouldn't bother me because I'd be dead, of course. But just the prospect of if something goes wrong, you will die. I'm not doing anything like that. That includes submarines too, by the way. You're insane if you get in a submarine. No thanks. Don't want to do that at all.
I've been in a submarine before. It's floating on top of water. But
I knew it. Yeah, I was gonna say it. Did it submerge? Yeah, I would not.
No,
do
it
that.
did not submerge. Submarines are, that'd be a weird one too.
Oh god, claustrophobic.
Especially just
freaks
there's
me out.
one thing like going underwater, but knowing you are in a submarine hundreds of miles from land, hundreds of miles from anything, underwater. Yeah, one thing goes wrong and it's just like immediately you're done. See
Yeah.
ya.
And you're super underwater. That's the scary part.
And
Yeah.
there's so many things that could go wrong. Think of everything that has to work perfectly for a nuclear submarine to run and just not blow up and kill everybody.
Yeah, I know. I just don't
Scary.
trust. Yeah, I don't trust like people enough. Like, did you do the
That's like,
pre-flight like check? Well, are you sure? Because if something goes wrong, I'm gonna die at the bottom of the ocean like Cthulhu. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. Working on a submarine, I'm pretty sure those require like the highest ASVAB scores. Like you have to be a really smart little bud to get a job on a sub, I think, from what I remember.
I believe
hearing.
that. Yeah.
Like they don't just let random guys that sign up for the Navy to be on a nuclear submarine. You're like the smartest guys.
It's probably super rare because not only do you have to be really smart, because like you just said, if you're not really smart and you mess something up, you're going to kill everyone on board. So you have to be really smart for that to not happen. But also, you probably have to have a very particular psychological profile that makes it even more difficult to like be stationed there. Because you can't just be really smart. You have to not go insane being in a submarine, and that requires a very unique, I think, like psychology profile. Like you can't be claustrophobic, you can't be like antisocial at all, you can't be like anxious at all. Like you got to have like, you got to hit all these like psychology notes and like IQ ones. Yeah, that would be, ugh. Submarines gross me out. Anyway.
Yeah, they're creepy, man.
Yeah. So anyway. Let's see. What do you want to answer next here, buddy? Why don't you go to the
let's
next
take
one?
a peek.
Take a little peek.
I would love to answer Reichard's about a worst experience at a restaurant, but I really can't think of any. That would be interesting, though.
That would be a good question if I had one. But yeah, you're right. I haven't had a bad experience at a restaurant. I haven't had a bad enough experience to where I remember it, I should say. Not once.
I will say it's not like the worst experience, but I will say when we went on our honeymoon to Croatia, the very first place we ate at, I wasn't like super familiar. Like I did lots of research before we like went, but I didn't realize that you full on have to ask for the check or they will let you sit there for 4 hours and just never bring it to you and never check up on you. So we were like done eating and we like saw the guy and we were like trying, it was like late at night. So we wanted to just go back and sleep. So then finally he like came back and I was like super nice. Because when I go to other countries or other places, like you go out of your way to try to be friendly so people don't think you're like an American dick, you know? So I was like, oh, like, we didn't get the check yet. Could we like get that? He's like, well, yeah, you didn't get it. You didn't ask for it. And I was like, oh, wow. And he literally laughed and he was like, why would I bring it to you if you didn't ask? And I was like, got it. Welcome to not being in America, man.
Yeah.
Americans are rude though, right? I'm okay, yep. Cool. So then for the rest of the trip, I was like, all right, got it. Guess I have to ask for that or these pricks are just will spit in your face basically. So that was weird. Annoying. But yeah, people are just like service in other places is just not, they're just rude. Yeah, they don't care.
That's the argument for tips because all those places, no one tips.
Mm-hmm.
So like there is a reason, like as dumb as tipping culture kind of is for a lot of reasons, it does give you way better service. And if you go to a country that does not accept tips, you notice that. Yeah.
And so. I didn't tip that guy. And the rest of the trip, everywhere else, when it was fine, I did tip like a few bucks. You don't leave nearly as much as you do here, but that guy, it even felt weird because I'm like, dude, this is like the first time I've ever left a sit-down food establishment without leaving a tip, but this guy was an asshole. It's like, dude, you're working in like a tourist like hotspot. Like, why are you being a dick? Like, most of the people you're serving are not from here at all. Be like, oh yeah, you have to like ask for it. Like, I can bring it to you. Like, he could have just like, you know.
You could have just said, yeah, I'll bring it. Like,
yeah, but it's just so like instead, and then he's probably like, stupid Americans or something. Yeah. It's like, okay, buddy.
Yeah, that stuff is
service in the
cringe.
U.S. is goated.
Yeah,
in general,
like everything, we're better at everything. So,
Europe sucks.
Yeah, I haven't had any like real bad experiences that I can remember. But one thing I will say is that now that I live in a different state than California, I live in a much less populated state, so it's a lot slower paced, and it is weird. And it's been most noticeable at restaurants. You get seated in about the same amount of time, but like the servers will check on you less often, even though they're less busy. They will take longer to bring you a drink or your food or whatever, and they'll take longer to like bring you your check too. Everything is just way slower. And they're not like being lazy or rude or negligent. That's just how it is, not in California, and it's very weird. And I remember like the first time we all ate out, my dad was like losing his mind about it. He's like, what the, like why is it so slow, blah, blah, blah. And then we kind of like all figured out like, oh, that's just like how it is in like a normal average state.
Yeah.
It's just slow. You would be amazed at how just slow it is. Mm-hmm. It's so weird. And they're not, and again, it's not because they're super busy and there's only one person in your section or whatever. Absolutely not. It's like way less busy than a California restaurant, but it's still just like, yeah, everyone's just kind of like moseying. It's kind of, it's very weird. It's very weird. Very weird.
Yeah, I've never had any real crazy stories. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I haven't either. And it makes you, that's what always makes me double take when I hear other people tell me that like this restaurant was really bad, like the food or the service. I'm like, was it, or are you just kind of an asshole? Because I've been to a restaurant many times.
Been to a
And
restaurant
I have
before, yeah.
it has never been that bad, ever. Like, ever. So when I hear people like, oh yeah, I've gone to Outback, and like every time the food is ice cold and the waiter like whipped his dick out in our table, I'm like, I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. You are the problem, probably. I don't know why,
Somehow
but I think you're
you
the problem.
are the problem, yeah.
Actually,
I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see.
Let's see if we have any other good ones to end on.
Yeah, let's do that. Uber's is decent, I think.
Ubers? Oh. If you had to take a bullet, where would you rather it was shot? Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's
Foot,
not that
arm,
good.
hand, ear. Yeah, I don't. Anywhere where it's not going to kill me, I guess. And I still have control of everything.
Man, where would you want to be shot though? Actually, that's actually kind of hard to answer.
Somewhere
I
in the
wanna say
leg, maybe?
Calf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like my first thought was like foot, but your foot has like a ton of tiny little bones. You just shatter a bunch of them, and your foot would be ruined. So I don't think that would be a good idea. I think you'd want to just go through some muscle that's not that important. I'm thinking the calf would be good. Wouldn't be great, but yeah. Anyway, okay, yeah, let's do one more. I like Urbans.
Really?
Yeah, but if you want to not do that, that's fine.
Where's Urbans? Oh, your favorite flavor of chips?
Yeah. Yeah,
jalapeno. It's easy. Jalapeno.
Your favorite
like
flavor?
Jalapeno kettle chips.
I interpreted this as your favorite type of chips. So not just the flavor, but from what
Still,
brand?
Then, yeah, kettle jalapeno chips from the famous, from the most popular kettle chip brand. I don't know what it's called.
What is that called?
I don't know. It's like the ones you even see in like Subway.
The brand might be called like Kettle Cooked, actually.
It might be.
I know what you're talking
it might
about.
be kettle something. Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't like jalapeno chips that much, honestly. My favorite chips. This is actually super hard for me. I
Miss
like
Vicky's,
chips
Miss Vicky's.
a lot. Yeah, which is what I said.
Yeah, Miss Vicky's kettles. Yeah.
What are my favorite? I feel like it depends a lot. I actually don't know. I don't know if I have like an all-time favorite chip, because I like so many, but it just depends on like what I feel like. So for example, like Cool Ranch Doritos, banger chips.
Those are good. Salsa Verde Doritos, really good.
Barbecue kettle cooked chips, really good. From most brands, it's going to be fine. Funyuns are really good.
Wow,
extremely
been a while, man.
Good. I love Funyuns. What's another one? Those Hawaiian like
chips.
Spicy barbecue or whatever.
Probably Maui chips.
Maui, yes, in the purple bag. Those are extremely good too. Extremely good. Those might be it. If I could only pick one, actually. Chili cheese Fritos. It's a deep cut. They're really good. They're delicious, actually. So, I don't know. It's hard. But sometimes you feel like some chips and not others. And then are we factoring in dips? Because if we're factoring in dips, I want a classic Lay's potato chip with that sour cream and onion dip you can make at home. That's
Dude, a
so
classic
good.
Lay's potato chip is so good. It's really the standard.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
like
the standard. It's the benchmark.
If we would go places growing up, like in high school and stuff, and I would either buy chips to have like a barbecue, or we'd be like, I don't know, getting a sandwich or something, and I'd get like Lay's potato chips. Like Gabe and them would always be like, "Why are you getting Lay's?" I'm like, "It's like the perfect chip to go with a sandwich." Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like that's what you're getting,
salty,
is like basic potato
airy,
chips.
Crispy.
I'm like, yeah, I just want something salty and crispy. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
And Gabe's over here getting like freaking extra flaming triple hot Cheetos. I'm like, okay, little bro, whatever.
Typical Gabriel Perez behavior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Typical
like, okay,
Perez behavior. Yeah.
Literally, he'd like sweating as he eats them. Like, that looks fun, man. I'm over here enjoying my chips.
I told you that story, right? About we ordered Thai food in college to our apartment, and for me, Gabe, and Kunal, my roommate. Shout out to Kunal, by the way. Loved him. So we got Thai food. We had never gotten it before. So they asked like, oh, how spicy do you want it or whatever? And we were like, I don't know. Like, let's do like spicy. Because every Thai place, except this one, they'll ask you how spicy you want it. And you can say like scorching hot. And they just don't believe you because you're white. So they won't actually give you spicy. Like, you can ask like the spiciest and it'll be like normal spicy. We thought that was going to happen again. And especially because Kunal was there. He's an Indian, born in India, raised in India. He's all about spicy. So he was like, of course, get the spiciest, white boy. And then he bitch slapped me. So I did that. And unlike everywhere else ever, it was literally so spicy, I couldn't eat it. But Gabe was hungry. So he ate it anyway. And he was having like heart palpitations, full dripping sweat. He was doing the for like 40 minutes while he was eating. It was the funniest thing I have seen in a long time.
Oh my God.
It was like top 5 funniest thing that's ever happened to me. Because you know Gabe, he loves eating. And it was just way too spicy for him, but he couldn't not eat it. So he's like eating it, and he's actually having like a biological event, like an episode. Like, it was like maybe dangerous soon. Like, it was so... his whole face was like red. God, it was so freaking funny, dude. I was laughing so hard. But it was really spicy. It was really like too spicy. It's never happened to me before. Have you ever ordered food that was literally too spicy?
No, but I did order ramen one time, like the ramen, like the packages that you buy. I had like, God, this was, I think it was honestly one of the snacks I bought before like one of the COD games came out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy like some foods to like have here. I think it was maybe when like Cold War came out or something. But I bought like random snacks and I researched types like the best little like top ramen type ramen to buy, and I found this brand that was supposed to be good. And I found one that said spicy, and it wasn't even the extra spicy. It was the spicy one. So people were like, oh, this one's good, but like it is spicy, just so you know, like it's spicy. So I'm like, oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Dude, it was so hot, I could not even take 2 bites of it. And It's just like from the little flavor packet. I can take a picture of it and post it in Discord, but I was like, unbelievable. And to this day, every time I open my pantry, I still see them sitting there. I should just throw them out. I can't eat it. I bought like 3 of them, and it was probably the hottest thing I've ever had.
You could just use like half of the little packet next time, though.
So
right?
The crazy thing is, if I'm not mistaken, I did that. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I did, and it was still that spicy. Mm-hmm. So I guess I could just use, I don't know, a pinch of it. One little speck of something would be enough.
Yeah.
Because I thought that too. I was like, oh, I'll just like start with half. And it was so freaking hot, dude.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. The only other thing we'll end on this. I think I've told this story too. Ballast Point is my favorite brewery. It's in San Diego, and they have a beer called Sculpin. And it's like my favorite beer of all time. Really good. And I went to Bevmo one day before 4th of July, I think. And I saw habanero Sculpins. And I was like, oh, habaneros are delicious. I'm going to get these. I couldn't finish a beer. It was like, it wasn't that bad, but like when you're drinking a beer, it's just constantly like piling on, and it eventually got too spicy. I couldn't like finish the 6-pack. I was very upset by it. And I was laughing at how spicy it was. I was like, bro, these guys need to relax. It doesn't need to be this spicy. It's too much.
Now I want Thai food, man.
Yeah, Thai food there's no Thai places around here, dude. It sucks a lot. But
yeah, that does suck.
On
buddy.
the dash,
sucks
anyway.
For you.
I'm sure
Not
there's some in
it sucks
town,
for you a lot.
Yeah, So anyway,
shut up.
All right, that's it. We'll be back next week, boys and also girls. And as I said, next week we will have a lot more to talk about and go into, and we'll be back on our Call of Duty grind because of course we're getting Season 4 Reloaded. So we'll get into all the details of that probably on Thursday next week, and then next Saturday I'm sure we'll have more to say on the update, and then on Patreon we're going to have more to say on the update as well. It's going to be a great time for content, and if you wanted some bonus content or ad-free and early access episodes, once again, free trials for the rest of the month. The month's almost over, so figure it out if you wanted to experience all of those unique and glorious benefits. Thanks for watching and listening, and thank you to our super chatters, by the way. We appreciate that. Stay humble.
Stay humble.